Hey, alle. That is Swedish for hello, everyone. And the reason why is that Koenigsegg is a Swedish car company, and today we're going to take a look at a pretty historic car called the One. And the reason why it's called One, this is the Koenigsegg website, by the way, is it's the first mega car. Koenigsegg dubs this the mega car because it actually has 1 megawatt of power. And it's also called the One because it reaches the magical ratio of 1 kilogram for every horsepower. So the car actually weighs 1,360 kilograms, and the engine is making 1,360 horsepower. So hence it's called One. Besides that, this car company, is fantastic in the fact that this car can actually run on biofuel, meaning like plant-based fuels, so that's good for the planet. This thing also has carbon fiber wheels that are rated for 280 miles per hour, so that's pretty impressive. I guess only 7 of these One versions were made, so it's a pretty rare car. Let me get a screwdriver here. I'm going to take it off the base. It's weird, actually. Let me go back to that packaging. This is an unlicensed product. I just got it off Aliexpress. Can't remember who sold it, but yeah, this is unlicensed. I got the chameleon blue paint, so we'll see if it's any good. Okay. So let me get a better. Actually, you know what? Let's compare it to this photo and see how this model looks. So this One is based off of the Agera platform, which is a much more populous production car, although still pretty rare. Okay, so I don't know, what do you guys think? You can pause the video and decide for yourself. I did pull up this rear view here, and there we go. So it's not bad. I think it's similar, right? Okay, so let's get into the model here. And I'll start from this side here. It's kind of a heavy model, being die-cast, but it does have a plastic base. Okay, so let's see this chameleon blue here. It's definitely metallic. Yeah, I guess in certain lights you can see it, like here on the side, is kind of purple, whereas the top is generally blue, but on the more vertical surface, like a cockpit, it's purple there. So it definitely shifts color, but it only seems to be between purple and blue. There's no third color that I guess I've been spoiled by other chameleon paints. So it's there. It's just not, well, I guess it is what it is, right? Okay, so let's look at these wheels now. Alright, so those are looking good. This thing doesn't want to roll at all, super tight, but the reason why is that brake caliper isn't moving, it's fixed. So that's very realistic, you know, the brakes are not going to move. And look at this rear one, it actually has the emergency brake caliper as well. Sorry, I'm hitting my camera there. But let me get the pick. I think that is the e-brake caliper, you know, because it's so small. Whereas this the regular rear brake. Oh, look at that, it actually moves. Anyways, that's a really nice brake. I mean, you can see the cross-drilled holes there. So, very nice. And then now that we're looking here, there seems to be a graphic in this vent that looks like a grill. My pick can feel a little texture to it as well. So far that's really good detail. And wow, look at this. Behind the front wheel, this vent here is actually painted black. That's a pretty thin strip, but they still put in some black paint. So that's good. We got the mirrors, and they got some silver paint in there, so that's not bad. Let's go to the front view here. What's in here? That's a pretty deep vent. I don't feel any texture. It's just plain smooth plastic, but I guess it doesn't matter because it's so far in you can't see anything. No light gets down there. So this front chin lip here is pretty thin plastic, and it even wraps up around here. Becomes like a vertical wing, so that's nice. These winglets are part of the metal casting, so they're a little bit thick, but I guess it's okay. if they chose to do plastic wings, it might just lead to some errors. Maybe it'd be messed up, crooked, or something. So everything's a trade-off. These are thick, but they're basically going to be aligned pretty well. And then they are painted black here. And you do see that it actually crosses through over this vent here. Okay, so that's good. Now looking at the headlights here, there is a clear lens. I'm trying to see if there's there's a little bit of indication of a light bucket. You can see a dot there and there. So those are, I guess, supposed to be the lights inside. Unfortunately, there's no paint. It would have been nice if there's a little silver paint on that main headlight and maybe orange or something right there. So that's a shame. Oh well. Okay, so now we got something is missing. It's the logo, but it's almost like it's not there. Wait a sec. I gotta get a proper angle here. Alright, so it is there. It's just so reflective I couldn't even tell if it was there or not. So there it is. I think it might be a foil sticker and then it's glued down or something. And then look at the text behind it. It does seem legible. I think that says Koenigsegg, so that's good. Now you can see a texture here in this vent, so that's nice. And then yeah, that blue paint again, looking good. So even though there's super high magnification, it looked pretty good, so that's impressive. We got a raised central wiper blade here. It's molded in, I think, to this, but it's painted black, so that's good. Let's go to this side and see if there's any problems. I don't see really what's going on here. Yeah, it's nothing too bad. I really like these brakes. Those are some nice brakes. I don't know. They could be some of the best I've seen. In particular, it's the cross-drilled. If you watch my videos, I do a lot of 3D printed wheels, and I very often put in cross drills or slots, but the smallest amount of paint fills them in, and it just looks like a blank rotor. So these guys figured out the proper ratio of paint versus depth, so it's pretty nice. Okay, going to the back. Alright, so it does say 1, just like that photograph on the license plate, so that's nice. This looks a little crooked, unfortunately, so that's too bad. I guess that must be a separate piece if it's crooked. You would think it'd just be cast in here, but anyways. These are really nicely done, these tiny little reflectors. I mean, that's a small strip of red inside a thing of black inside of a recessed casting. So that's really impressive, how to do that without messing it up. And then how to get this orange stripe around this thing without messing it up. So that's really good. And then that nice texture here in the rear grille. These lights here, again, it's pretty good. And got this tiny little ring of red, some LED lights or something in there, and then there's black in the middle and a texture again. So that's impressive. This rear wing, although it's a bit crooked, well, at least it's not super thick. It's not thick like a Hot Wheels wing. So then let's go to the bottom here for some strakes. So what's nice about the base is it's screwed together, so if you want to do a wheel swap or something, it shouldn't be too hard to do. Or if there was a problem anywhere, you could take it apart and try to fix it. Pretty nice tread pattern here. Yeah, that front doesn't want to spin at all. Okay. Kind of weird, there's no brand, no name of the car. It's almost like this is a dealership model, but I don't think there's gonna be, I don't know, I guess there have to be Koenigsegg dealerships, right? I can't imagine there are many though, because these cars are so rare, but on the website it does say dealer locator, so maybe this is a dealership model, sold there. Ooh, I didn't even realize this. Look at this wing, wow. So it's got the, air going through there. So that's pretty impressive. I didn't expect that. I just thought it'd be one flat surface. So it actually does seem raised as well. So that's pretty cool. That's a nice wing. We got some strakes back here. Okay. And then this intake, I guess, going to the engine. And then clear tiny little bit of a sunroof. And look at this. My pick goes back into that vent, so that's pretty realistic. You can see some details in the interior. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to show you guys the interior because the side windows are so shallow, but I'm going to pull out the flashlight and I'll see what we can do. So I'll just jam that up there. Now I can see a steering wheel. Texture on the seat. Let me try the other side. Can't see much else. Like, I don't think there's anything in the instrument cluster. But it's such a shallow window, I guess it doesn't bother me. It's so hard to see through that distorted window. Yeah, I don't think there's any additional graphics or anything for instruments, but I'm okay with it. Okay, so, well, I guess it's pretty much what I expected. It's pleasantly, there are no quality control problems. I find very often when I order stuff online, almost everything I buy has a problem. This one doesn't really seem to have that. You know, the paint seems pretty nice. There's no major contaminants, scratches, gouges, or anything before it's painted. This black here, it's not like fading out or running off unnecessarily into other areas. Even up here, it's a pretty crisp break between the black and the blue. That wing is super cool. The only thing, I guess, if I was really nitpicky is, you know, the distortion of the molded glass, but that's pretty common on pretty much every diecast that has molded windows. Right? Look at this. That's some really bad distortion. Okay, so anyways, I'm quite happy with this. Yeah, if you guys like Koenigsegg, I suggest you try to pick this one up. Again, I just did a search on Koenigsegg 64 on Aliexpress, but I'm pretty sure you could probably get this off an eBay seller as well if you don't want to use a credit card. Okay, so let's put it up on a dyno here because this thing is such a power beast of a vehicle. Maybe we could see some more of the chameleon paint effect. Okay, and then just for the fun of it, I do have this Tarmac Works Tarmac Works Global Grade Koenigsegg Agera, which is, you know, the basis for this one. Actually, I think I gotta pull out here so I can focus. This one has, you know, an opening rear cover, which I think is kind of an unnecessary gimmick because it just creates a giant panel gap. You know, like the roof doesn't line up, right? So that's why I'm not a fan of these opening panels. But everything else on this model is pretty nice. Granted, you're not going to get legible text. You know, it's just a block there. That's pretty. That's not remotely as close. But they do mold in some nice details here underneath the lens. You know, it seems better actually. And they put in some black paint on the vents, whereas that other one has no additional paint on the vents, which seems kind of weird. But I guess you could take it apart and paint those black if you really wanted to. They seem like they're separate pieces. So let's just put it up here. Yeah, I would say they're both 164, right? They're pretty similar in their dimensions, so I think either model is pretty good. I really like this supercar brand, this hypercar brand, Koenigsegg. They do a lot of cool vehicles. They now have like a 4-seater supercar out. Jamera, I think it's called. I might be wrong. But anyways, hopefully they'll make a model of that. And I did pre-order the Jesko, the Koenigsegg Jesko model. I pre-ordered that thing like 3 or 4 months ago. I don't know what's going on. It's just never gonna happen. It doesn't seem like it's available really anywhere. So hopefully Fronty Art is the company of the Jesko. Hopefully Fronty Art can get their act together and put that thing out into the mail one of these days. Alright guys, well appreciate you guys watching again, and we'll see you in the next review. Thanks.